Hey ladies, my name's Kendra. I'll be bringing you the mission driven moment today. I wanted to just share with you a really short part of my testimony and how the word has made an impact on my life, and how as disciples of Jesus and followers of Jesus, how important it is for us to be able to communicate why we need to be in our word, and we need to be able to model what it looks like to be in our word. I grew up in the church, and we were in church whenever the doors were open. My mom taught me chunks of scripture to memorize and other verses to memorize. We volunteered at our church. I went to the church camps. I actually even led worship in our church as I grew up. But one of the things that wasn't modeled for me and that wasn't communicated to me was the importance of being in our word. And it wasn't until I was in my 20s that a woman befriended me, and she did this very thing. She modeled for me what it looked like to have a relationship with Jesus outside of the church. She modeled for me what it looked like to be in your word regularly and to interact with the word, and that the word was living and that it spoke directly to us. Just like the verse says that it pierces through bone, through marrow. It pierces the heart. It's active, it's living, it's alive. And so this woman every morning would get up and she would read her word and she would pray. And she was gracious enough to let me sit in with her during this time and pray with her. She taught me what it looked like to pray to Jesus. She answered questions about why we need to be in our word and how Jesus desired a relationship with us in that way. And no one had ever sat down and taken the time to do that with me. So as a result of that, I started reading my word regularly every day. And while I didn't understand everything that I was reading, God was doing a work inside of my life. And so I remember reading the Gospels and thinking to myself, whoa, this Jesus that I'm reading about isn't the Jesus that I grew up learning about. And so that was really big for me. It was huge for me to realize that there were chunks in what I'm missing from what I believed. And so as a result of that, what the word also did is that it showed me that I was claiming to serve a God, to serve Jesus that I really knew nothing about. And so I just want to encourage you and that was the beginning of my journey of surrendering my life to Jesus, of really wanting to know who he is and to follow him. And so the challenge today is that if we claim God as our creator and who we're living our life for, if we're claiming that Jesus is who we are surrendering our lives to, and we're not in our word, then how can we know that we're really living our lives for the God that we claim that we serve? We have to know who he is, and we get to know who he is and have a relationship with him by interacting with his word. The word reveals his character. It reveals his desire, our purpose for our life, our purpose for him redeeming this earth. The word reveals to us who God says we are in him. And those are very important things. And so I want to challenge you today, if you're not in your word, get in your word. And I want to challenge you too, as a disciple and a follower of Jesus, if you are in your word, find the woman who needs help getting established in her word and understanding why it's important to be in her word.